Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about the topic the 7 habits of highly effective people. Friend, today's topic is very interesting. I hope you would like this video. So let's just start. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that many videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, the 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen R. Covey is a self-improvement book. It is written on Covey's belief that the way we see the world is entirely based on our own perceptions. In order to change a given situation, we must change ourselves, and in order to change ourselves, we must be able to change our perception actually. So, what are the important points, the habits? First one is be proactive. We are in charge. We choose the scripts by which to live our lives. Use this self-awareness to be proactive and take responsibility for your choices. The first habit that Covey discusses is being proactive. What distinguishes us as human from all other animals is our inherent ability to examine our own character, to decide how to view ourselves and our situation, and to control our own effectiveness. Put simply, in order to be effective, one must be proactive. Reactive people take a passive stance. They believe the world is happening to them. They say things like, there is nothing I can do, that's just the way I am. They think the problem is out there, but that thought is the problem. Reactivity becomes a self fulfilling prophecy, and reactive people feel increasingly victimized and out of control. Proactive people, however, recognize they have responsibility or response, which Covey defined as the ability to choose how you will respond to a given stimulus or situation. In order to be proactive, we must focus on the circle of influence that lies within our circle of concern. In other words, we must work on the things we can do something about. The positive energy we exert will cause our circle of influence to expand. Reactive people, on the other hand, focus on things that are in their circle of concern but not in their circle of influence, which leads to blaming external factors, emitting negative energy, and causing their circle of influence to shrink. Second, begin with the end in mind. Start with a clear destination in mind. Covey says we can use our imagination to develop a vision of what we want to become and use our conscience to decide what values will guide us. Most of us find it rather easy to busy ourselves. We work hard to achieve victories, promotions, higher income, more recognition, but we don't often stop to evaluate the meaning behind this busyness. Behind these victories, we don't ask ourselves if these things that we focus on so intently are what really matter to us. Habit 2 basically suggests that in everything we do, we should begin with the end in mind, start with a clear destination. That way, we can make sure the steps we are taking are in the right direction. Covey emphasized that our self awareness empowers us to shape our own lives instead of living our lives by default or based on the standards or preferences of others. Beginning with the end in mind is also extremely important for businesses. Being a manager is about optimizing for efficiency, but being a leader is about setting the right strategic vision for your organization in the first place and asking what are trying to accomplish actually. Before we as individuals or organization can start setting and achieving goals, we must be able to identify our values. This process may involve some rescripting to be able to assert our own personal values. Then third point is put first things first. In order to manage ourselves effectively, we must put first things first. We must have the discipline to prioritize our day-to-day actions based on what is most important and not what is most urgent. In habit 2, we discuss the importance of determining our values and understanding what it is we are setting out to achieve. In habit 3, we is about actually going after these goals and executing our priorities on a day to day, moment to moment basis. In order to maintain the discipline and the focus to stay on track toward our goals, we need to have the willpower to do something when we don't want to do it. We need to act according to our values rather than our desires or impulses at any given moment. Then, fourth habit is think win win. In order to establish effective interdependent relationships, we must commit to creating win win situations that are mutually beneficial and satisfying to each party. Covey explains that there are six paradigms of human interaction: win win, both people win, agreements or solutions are mutually beneficial and satisfying to both parties, win lose, if I win, you lose, win lose people are prone to use position, power, credentials, and personality to get their way. Lose win, I lose, you win. Lose win people are quick to please and appease and seek strength from popularity or acceptance. Lose lose, both people lose. When two win lose people get together, that is, when two determined, stubborn, ego invested individuals interact, the result will be lose lose. Then win. People with the win mentality don't necessarily want someone else to lose. That's irrelevant. What matters is that they get what they want. Then win win or no deal. If you can't reach an agreement that is mutually beneficial, there is no deal. The best action is to create win-win situation with win lose or win lose win, or one person appears to get what he wants for the moment, but the result will negatively impact the relationship between these two people going towards. The win-win or no deal option is important to use as a backup when we have no deal as an option in our mind. It liberates us from needing to manipulate people and push our own agenda. We can be open and really try to understand the underlying issues actually. Now we shall discuss about the fifth habit: seek first to understand, then to be understood. Before we can offer advice, suggest solutions, or effectively interact with another person in any way, we must seek to deeply understand them and their perspective through emphatic listening. Let's say you go to an optometrist and tell him that you have been having trouble seeing clearly, and he takes off his glasses, hands them to you, and says, "Here, try these. They have been working for me for years." You put them on, but they only make the problem worse. What are the chances you would go back to that optometrist? Unfortunately, we do the same thing in our everyday interactions with others. We prescribe solution before we diagnose the problem. We don't seek to deeply understand the problem first. Habit 5 says that we must seek first to understand, then to be understood. In order to seek to understand, we must learn to listen actually. Then habit 6: by understanding and valuing the differences in another person's perspective, we have the opportunity to create synergy, which allows us to uncover new possibilities through openness and creativity. The combination of all the other habits prepares us for habit 6, which is the habit of synergy, or when 1 plus 1 equal 3 or more, and the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For example, if you plant two plants close together, their roots will commingle and improve the quality of the soil so that both plants will grow better than they would on their own. Synergy allows us to create new alternatives and open new possibilities. It allows us a group to collectively agree to ditch the old scripts and write new ones. Sharpen the saw. The habit number 7. To be effective, we must devote the time to renewing ourselves physically, spiritually, mentally, and socially. Continuous renewal allows us to synergistically increase our ability to practice each habit. Habit 7 is focused around renewal or taking time to sharpen the saw. It surrounds all of the other habits and make each one possible by preserving and enhancing your greatest assets yourself actually. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.